What is going on, everybody? So I have some cool, exciting news here before I start on the topic of the homebrew tip today. Uh, we're going to start a series called, uh, kind of leveling out the name here, but it's going to be Sixer on the Mixer, basically a beer and music topics type of show. And, we'll have feature different craft beers, of course, and different bands. Kind of dive into a little bit about that beer being made and a little bit about that band, different albums and stuff like that, and things that put them on the map. Pretty excited about that. It's gonna be a cool little mixer up type show. Do have some guests we're going to line up eventually as well. But without further ado, let's get into the topic of today. So there's a lot of things you can do to simply change your home brew and your beer and make it better with one simple step typically, right? So let's say you mash differently and you get a better beer, or you add this hop and you get a better beer because of that hop is so good or something. There's a lot of different things you can do to make your beer change your beer with one step. If there's one step I would start with though, is there's like I said, there's not one best tip of overall. If I had to start with one tip, I would say water. I'm going to start with this book. There's different ways to study water, of course, and a lot of those can come from online. But this book went deep and very detailed of how and why with your water. So again, I've made other videos on the RO system and living on a well system. So you have to be very educated in that regard if you live on that type of water system. Now, just because if you live on city water doesn't mean you have to just disregard that. You still have to know what's inside your water. But you have to, I guess, be a little more aware, I guess, if you have a hard water situation like myself. Well, that's what we use. I use our RO water for brewing. And if you don't know what our RO system is, it's reverse osmosis. Basically, it brings you down to pure H2O for your solution instead of having minerals inside there. So I do have to backfill that and add minerals to it. I'm not going to have a discussion today. That's a whole other this topic for what you need to add to your water for certain brews. Now, just to recap though, if you really want to make your beer better, starting with your water might be your first step. And I really highly recommend this book. The great John Palmer is the main author on it. Also, a guy named Colin Comiskey. I'm not sure who he is. I'm sorry if you are watching this, Colin, but I'm sure you helped out great with this topic as well. But obviously, John Palmer has written and been part of the homebrew community for a long time. But so when I read it, it was definitely really detailed. That kind of warns you. It's be ready for some good knowledge, but it really helped me with my beer a couple years ago when I had read it. Been meaning to do this video for a while, so here it is. But also, as far as the new shows going to come out, the Sixers on the Mixer, make sure you subscribe, please, so you can follow any updates when that show starts to come out, and you're ready to see that first show when it does come out. So anyhow, thanks for liking this video. Leave a comment on how you can improve your beer as well. I'd love to talk about that in any other videos that you might have suggestions for. And also, thanks for subscribing as always, and cheers. See you later.